Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In the previous video, we have learned about the pre-flight request. So what is a pre-flight request and when does this pre-flight request appears? We have seen it. Now, what I want to tell you is, so we will try to see this pre-flight request and also the simple request also. So we know that the CORS will be done using the two types of request. It comes under two types of request, the CORS. One is a simple CORS request, another one is a pre-flight request. Simple CORS request is nothing but whichever is having get or post or head method without any custom headers, then you can call it as a simple request. And the pre-flight request is other than this get post and head request. If you are having any other request means, then we can call it, then it is a pre-flight request. So how this pre-flight request is made? So let's try to, I will try to show you. Let's open this notepad so that I will explain you in a clear manner. So this is our notepad, right? So whenever you try to make a pre-flight request, okay, so what will happen is, so let's say I want to make a delete request. Let's say I want to make a delete request, delete request to some other example. So some other website, okay, to some other cross origin website. So now what I can say, this request is not, it is not get or post or head. So it is not get or post or head. So now what it will try to do, a pre-flight request will be made. A pre-flight request is made. So that is the main thing you need to understand. How will this pre-flight request will look like is, first the browser pre-flight request headers. How it will be is pre-flight request headers. So how it will look like is, the first one, it will try to make the options. The type of request it will try to make it is an options. Now you may be getting an doubt that what is this options? Just it's an option. It is trying to make the request type is the options, and it will try to make something like post /1234 or anything. It will try to make a request of HTTP /1.1. So it will try to make a request, options request, not a getter post, options request, and the origin. So this origin, so from where it is trying to make. So let's say that origin it is trying to make from where it is nothing but example.com. It is trying to make from the example.com, and it will try to tell you that access control request method. So this request method, whether it is having access or not, it will try to ask. Here the request method is nothing but delete request. So like this, the browser will try to send the request headers. The options, it with the request method, it will try to send it is the options and the URL and HTTP 1.1 and the origin. So from where you are trying to make it, that is nothing but example.com, and it is asking that whether the delete method or the delete request method is available for this https www.example.com. So for the website, for the origin, it will try to ask you. So now the server will send you a response. Okay, the server will send you a server response. So the server response will be in such a way that here the server response will be in such a way that it will send you something like HTTP 200. Okay, so that means it's success. And here it will tell you that access control. So it will tell you that hello origin. So it is whether it is allowing the origin or not. So here it will try to send you the same thing. www, if it is having means it will try to send the example.com. Then also it will tell you that access control allow methods. What are the methods that are allowed here? Allow methods. So here it will try to send you the allow methods: get, post, delete, head, options, or anything. So like this, these are the different types of request methods which you can access to the URL. So /post /1234, which you can make it. Now this is how you will be getting a response. So this is how it will be having. So here you need to know that browser will send you a request header, that is nothing but access control request method for this origin delete request, and the server will try to send you a request that okay, you are having an access to this origin. And also the allowed request methods are get, post, delete, head, and options. Here the delete option is available, then then the request will be made without any problem. So this is how the pre-flight request will be. Okay, so this is how actually the pre-flight request will be. Normally it will be happening. So now what I want to tell you is, what I want to show is, I want to show you the real behavior, not the real behavior, the practical example how this pre-flight request should look like. So let's say that I'm opening the Chrome here. This is a google.com. Okay, so this is a google.com. Now what I will try to do is I am inspecting the element. So here I am going to the inspect element. Now here what I will do is, so in the console, I will try to access fetch of, okay, so fetch means it will try to make an access, right? https://www.apple.com. So here what I am trying to do, here I am trying to make a request to the apple.com from google.com. So here you need to understand the inspect element I have opened is for the google.com. So here I am trying to access, and the request is nothing but a simple get request. Now this one is a simple CORS request. Now the pre-flight request will not be made directly, the get request will be made. And if you try to press enter, you got a message that access to the fetch apple.com from origin is being blocked. Access control allow origin header is present on the requester. So the no access control is present. I already told you that the server has to give you a response in such a way that access control allow origin. So here if you try to see the network, okay, the network and this apple.com and the headers, if you try to see, first you'll try to see the request headers. Request address origin is, it is calling from the google.com, and the host, you will be having the host. Host means nothing but you will be having this one. What is the other one is apple.com. It is trying to call with the apple.com, and this is an origin. And here it is trying to make a get request. Okay, it is trying to make a get request. And now the response. So here you will be able to see the response, and there is no access control allow origin is present. Okay, so access control allow origin is not present. That is the reason you got a response that this one is not able to access it. But here the console, if you try to see, this message is not that much of up to the mark. If you try to see here, okay, in the console, if you try to see here, fetch of https www.apple.com. So this is a simple get request. If I try to make, now here you'll be able to see, observe. So here if you try to read the message, so clearly the same origin policy disallows reading the remote source. So CORS header is not present. So access control allow origin is missing. So that is the reason we are not able to make a request. If you try to see in the network, and this is the get request, simple get request. And here if you try to see the response, same thing. So here if you try to see access control allow origin, that is not present. And here if you try to see origin, http google.com, it is host, and also the host is raw. If you try to see, you will be able to see. Host we are trying to see is the apple.com, and the origin we are trying to make it is the google.com, and the method we are making is the get request. Okay, here this is the get request, and here we are not able to get access control allow origin. So that is the reason we got an error. So this is how actually the simple CORS request will be. Now if you try to make, for example, let's say the JSON placeholder is there. Okay, JSON placeholder. Okay, this is a simple get API request, right? So this is also cross origin. So I am trying to make a get request for this one. So now if I try to do, so this one, so this is origin is google.com and the host is JSON placeholder.com, and we are trying to make a simple get request. Now here this one is not the same origin policy. Now if I try to click here, so we are not able to get any error. Why? Because, so if you try to see here get, and here we are trying to send that origin is the google.com and the host is the JSON placeholder.com. And if you try to see the response headers, if you try to see here, it is responding with a access control allow origin. Google.com has access to get the response. The server is sending you the response here. If you try to see clearly, access control, whereas in the apple.com we didn't get any response. So now we got the response here. So this is how actually the simple CORS request will be there. Now what I want to show you is that is nothing but Preflight request. I told you that if a request is other than get or post or head request, okay, so then a Preflight request will be made. For example, let's say that you are having a apple.com and I am trying to make a request. So I am trying to make a request method is equal to delete. So I'm trying to make a request for this one network to clear all this one. Now here the method is not a get or post or head, it is a delete request. Now a Preflight request will be made. So if you try to press enter, so you got a Preflight request. Okay, options with the options method. So if you try to see the headers, it is asking you, it is telling you, okay, so here it is asking that origin, okay, host, and access control request method delete. So it is asking you that whether you are having an option, whether you are having an allowance for this delete method or not. So here it is asking for the access control request method for the origin, and here it will send you all the response in such a way that here you'll be able to see allow. So allow. So what are the methods that are allowed is a post, options, head, and get. There is no delete request for this one. There is no delete request. The options that are allowed is the post, options, head, and get. So now, and also it will also check for the allow control, access control, allow origin. So there is no origin present, and because of this one, this delete request has been failed. Now the same thing, what I will try to do is I will try to access the same thing with a like this and a method put request. I will try to ask that method a put request is there or not. Okay, this is a cross origin, and this one is not a get or post request. Now a preflight request will be made for this one. So now preflight request, it will ask you that access control request method. So in these options it will ask an access control request method put request is present for this origin or not, and this one will allow that access control allow methods. The allow methods are get, post, delete, and these all things, and access control allow origin is there. So if it is that like that means then you will get the success message. Now you will try to press enter. Okay, let's go. Here options has been made for this one, and here in the request methods it will be asking you that origin and the host, and it is asking that access control request method. So whether this put request is available or not, access control request method, and the origin is this one, and you'll be able to see that put request. Now here the response, the server will be running you that okay, so put request is available, and also and other than the put request, these are all the methods which are available for this URL, for the URL which you are trying to do. And also you'll be having another one, that is one thing you need to understand, access control allow origin. Here you'll be able to see access in the raw, you'll be able to see it very easily. So access control allow origin, okay, so this is available, and also here you'll be able to see access control allow methods. So that this is the name, access control allow methods are these all things. Now it will be able to make a put request without any problem successfully. So this is how the pre-flight request will be made, and also the simple CORS request will be made. So this is how it will be made. So I have shown you the demo with the apple.com and also like this. So hope you understood about this one. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.